Can we talk? I'm going to talk to you today about fear and why you never have to be afraid. Ever, ever, ever. Fear is built into the human species. We're going to talk about it. I want to share with you that even though it seems like things are cataclysmic out there, they really aren't. They're no different than how we've been living our lives since we've been on this planet. What does that mean? We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about how you can elevate yourself past it no matter what's happening out there. All right, are you ready for this? You can go into this space. My whole channel's built around breaking through fear. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears, live an amazing life. Yes, I have another mom necklace on. Now, we're going to talk about fear. What did I just say? What do I say in the front of every one of my videos? Here to help you break through fear and live an amazing life. It's not something we're ever going to eliminate as human beings, because human beings are dense. And as long as there's density, there's the ability to go to a darker place, a lower frequency, of which that is in our energy field. What is fear? Fear is a story we tell ourselves about what is happening. And then therefore we create it. Fear is something that comes from a lower density, because the lower density mind believes that it is lacking something, that there's something it needs, that it's always trying to be happy, and it all comes from the material world because it's not looking past that. This is why people are seeking awakening. This is why they want to go into that space of peace, because we are always looking at the material world, and it's scary if you believe you are just this. And you experience these things. You experience the feelings, the loss, the struggle, the pain, all these things. Especially physically, we go through things. And then we want things, and the things make us happy. They don't really, but we believe they do. What is fear? Now, one of my subscribers said he believes that all these things we're doing, going and awakening, is because we're afraid of the alternative. And that's very true, by the way. Absolutely. No one would be on this channel unless they truly were connecting to the message, because there's something that they are doing, desiring, and they're either going into, already are there, or they want to go there because they know this feels right. Now, you're never going to hear anything negative on my channel, so here's what I want to share with you. This thing that's happening, this transition that the planet's going through, it has to, because it cannot continue the way it is. We have always gone through struggles, constantly. There's always some portion of the planet that is struggling with the material world, with health, with wealth, with all kinds of things that go on, getting along with each other, wars, all these things. It has never stopped. So we believe like we're going through something cataclysmic when we're really not. There's always been pain on the planet, and struggle, and suffering. That has existed. This is just compounded right now, and it's global with one particular issue. It's in our face for a reason. We get a chance to make a choice. We have a chance now to stop acting like yin-yangs. Now, here's what I want to share with you. If anybody tells you that what is to come is going to be negative, then that is not a message you want to listen to. That is a fear-based message, all right? That is a fear-based message. So here's what I want you to remember. We're so brainwashed and conditioned with absolutely everything that we accept it. We're eating poisons. We're putting poisons in our homes. We're putting poison on our kids. We're buying plastic toys and putting them in dumps when the kids don't want it anymore. We function so much in disrespect of one another and our planet. We're so used to that. And so anybody who uses any kind of fear or control that you need this or you have to have this, or, here's what's going to happen if you don't do certain things, is still part of the conditioning. Because there's nothing to fear. There is nothing to fear. You are invincible. You are unlimited. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. You are not going ever to anything evil. You can create that yourself. Nothing else is going to do that. You're 100% in control of your reality. And if you don't believe me, then you're conditioned to believe that you're limited. And then you're conditioned, still in the material world, to believe that somebody else is a problem. They're not. It's impossible. So somebody got angry at me because I said, there's no opposition. There's really no opposition. They said, you don't know what that, there's exceptions. One of my customers is really torturing me and treating me bad. And what, yours is an exception? There are no exceptions. You're either in that spot or you're not. You either have faith or you don't. You're either awakened or you're not. You can't say there's an exception. The exception is that you're just choosing to still find fault in other people. And when you're done with that, you can go in a space that has no fear, and no one can say anything to you that could possibly take you into that space of fear or anger or whatever else it is. You have to believe what they're saying. You have to believe, and it's coming down to your beliefs. You know what? I have seen so many excerpts from the Bible recently that freaking blow my mind, that talk about all of this stuff. Yet we have another story about that that's fearful, fear-based. That's men and women coming up with those explanations and interpretations. I'm here to tell you right now, you are amazing. You're already awakened. You came here in that state. Everything else was choices and teachings and experiences. This is an experience. All of it is. You don't have to experience the dark side of creation. You don't have to do that. You get to choose an amazing space. So if somebody's telling you what is going to happen and they're talking like it's going to happen for everybody, that is not quantum physics nor what the Bible says. Now, if you're not a Christian, you already know this stuff, right? Anything that goes into that space is more conditioning to get you into what? Fear? Why would anybody ever want to speak words to put you in that space? Yet everything we watch is, including our news, all of it is. Do this because the alternative is that. The alternative's whatever you choose. If you want to go through pain and, cataclysmic whatever's going to happen out there, okay, choose it. You need to do that? Okay. And then you'll find out it's not real. You created it. You 100% are creating it. Because you and I can be in the same room and have completely different mindsets about what's going on out there. Completely. And I could be at peace saying, this is the most amazing time period on this planet. I'm so excited to be a part of this because we're changing. But there's going to be a huge percentage of people that don't. And they're just looking out there, material world, and they don't know their power. They don't know what they are. You have nothing to fear. You're not going to go to anything nasty. Anything that happens to you, you will... Even how many times have you heard people, even people that have decided to transition or maybe were in car accidents or whatever, weren't even in their bodies during those experiences. They're not even in their bodies. They remove themselves. Why? Because sometimes we go in a space that's, okay, we don't need to experience this, and we observe it. You're really that powerful. You really are. There is nothing to fear. I'm going to tell you right now, we can create heaven on earth. We can transform absolutely everything. If you're ready to stop watching the fear, believing the fear, creating the fear, because you can't be in fear unless you decide to believe the story that you've created or somebody else has. You still have to believe it. You can't go into fear unless you're choosing it. But there's no buts on my channel. No buts. Yeah. Guess what? There's nothing to fear. It's part of a game. As Dolores Cannon said, fear is for entertainment purposes only. You ready to give it up? Stop watching it. Stop listening to it. Stop believing it. So if you don't believe it, why would you watch it? Why would you listen to it? Why do you need to listen to fear? If you know it's not real, if you know that you get to choose something else, why would you listen to anybody who's going to tell you that something horrible is going to happen? What's going to happen is the structures that have not worked for us are getting shook up. They're going to transform just like everything else does. And so if you believe that's a bad thing, I don't know why you'd want to hang on to what's not working. People are miserable. You guys know I gave up my career and went into, people are doing that. They're giving up stuff that just doesn't make sense anymore. And saying, what was I hanging on to? I was told this was successful. I was told I should do this. What do you think and feel? What do you believe? And what do you put in place in your focus on? Your focus is everything. Shut the crap down. I showed you guys how scripting, I think I put it away. I have a book. I got a video on scripting. What's scripting? You know I'm not into, oh, this is going to fix me. But scripting is when you write things down, it's your own energy, and you become clear on what it is you desire. And it's not easy to stick to that because you're going to be in a world that's going to try and tell you something else. That's the game, is to stop believing it. And a lot of people, majority of people, are going to see the world going to this cataclysmic state. Why? Because they're not tuned into you. You're in the penthouse. They can't see in the penthouse drinking champagne. They're down in the cellar with the rats. See? It's musty and moldy and stinky down here, and a bunch of people down here in the dark, and there's rats and all these. There's no enlightenment, no great awakening. Okay. It's because we're up in the penthouse drinking champagne. We can't see you either. We is you. You get to choose. Nobody else is pressing that button on the elevator. You get to choose which floor you go to. And every time you go up, it gets brighter and more beautiful and more opulent. And that is the Great Awakening. Abundance and beauty flows, and you're going to transition out of this body at some point. It's not to be feared. I guarantee you, I promise you, it's so amazing and so beautiful, and it's unconditional love, and no matter who and what you are as a human being here, you will be welcomed. There's no discrimination on the other side. Are you ready to let go of the fear? You have nothing to fear. And when you go to that space, you'll experience what that is. You're done with it, aren't you? You must laser focus on that which you desire that is best and most positive. Every choice you make, from what you purchase to what you eat, to what you think, to how you handle other people, and you can have your own opinions, and you got to stop putting it on other people. It's none of their damn business or yours what we individually do if I'm not in your space, and then we can make decisions when that happens. But we got to work together. That's it. You have nothing to fear. Walk away from anybody giving you that message. Are you ready? You guys come on over. That's my free workshop for internet marketing. What is it? Online businesses. Take ideas, put them online. Learn how to do this. Again, no more stories, no more limitations. If something isn't for you, then don't do it. It's go time, my friend. Come on over, take one of my classes, go into Manifest Anything, sign up, you'll get classes, discounts, free stuff. Every week you get a video from me talking about how do you manifest anything. How does that work? Because we're here for each other, I'm here for you. This is my job. This is what I do. I love it. I made a choice to do that. I could have stayed in the financial industry. I made a choice to be here. And this isn't easy. I have to create this. And I'm here to serve you because you and I, we're just one beautiful energy. You're whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.